When BTS renewed their contracts with HYB in 2023, headlines around the world lit up with praise. Fans breathed a collective sigh of relief. They're staying together, they said. But buried beneath the celebratory press releases and filtered Instagram posts was silence. Jungkook said almost nothing. An personal message. No deep reflection. No emotional vows like before. Just one vague statement, and then he vanished again into the shadows of his solo career and military duties. And now, fans are asking the question no one dared to consider at first. Was this new contract a strategic win, or Jungkook's quiet way of negotiating his freedom? Sources close to HYB say the new contracts are not like the old ones. They're more flexible, more individually tailored. And for someone like Jungkook, who's already dominating global charts as a soloist, that flexibility might not be about staying, but leaving. What if he signed just enough to finish the group's obligations, but not enough to stay forever? What if the contract was never about unity, but about survival? And if that's true, is HYB preparing for a post-BTS world? Or worse, has it already begun? It was supposed to be a moment of celebration. In September 2023, HYB proudly announced that all 7 members of BTS had renewed their contracts. The press release was polished. The media lapped it up. Fans cried tears of joy. The message was clear. BTS is here to stay, but something was off. There were no behind-the-scenes videos. No 7-member group photo. No emotional letters like in 2018. And perhaps most jarringly, Jungkook didn't say much at all. He gave a short, polite message. No promises. No dreams. No, we will always be together. And then he disappeared. Was it just timing? Military preparation? Or was it the first visible crack in the illusion of permanence? Fans assumed the contracts meant BTS would reunite fully post-military. But entertainment lawyers familiar with HYB's business say otherwise. Just because someone renews doesn't mean they're obligated to promote as a group, said a Seoul-based entertainment attorney. A new contract can mean anything. Creative freedom, fewer group activities, solo prioritization, even a delayed exit plan. According to an exclusive tip leaked to Korean media circles, the 2023 BTS contract renewal may have included custom clauses tailored to each member's personal goals. That means Jungkook may have negotiated full control over his solo music and image, no requirement to participate in specific group schedules, freedom to explore global representation outside HYB's core machinery, a possible exit clause effective after 2025. It wouldn't be the first time a major K-pop star negotiated autonomy under the guise of renewal. But for BTS, the symbol of unity, it would be seismic. Since the contract renewal, Jungkook has maintained a mysterious digital distance. He rarely mentions BTS. He deleted his Instagram. He barely interacts on Weverse. And his solo career? Exploding. From 7 to standing next to you. Jungkook isn't just making music, he's building a brand. A global, R&B infused, Western-facing identity that increasingly looks separate. Could it be that the contract he signed wasn't a promise to stay, but a license to evolve? HYB is not an emotional entity. It's a publicly traded company, and Jungkook, make no mistake, is its golden asset. BY locking in the youngest and arguably most bankable member. HYB didn't just secure BTS's name, they secured investor confidence. But investor confidence isn't the same as group unity. Behind closed doors, insiders suggest that HYB may already be future-proofing the company, diversifying BTS members into solo brands, shifting marketing language from together forever to individual strength within unity, preparing for a group that might return in name, but never again in full in this light. Jungkook's contract renewal might be less about togetherness and more about brand preservation. A masterstroke in PR, a strategic delay of the inevitable. There's a saying in business: when someone plans to leave, they go quiet first. Look again at Jungkook's recent behavior. Absence from BTS group content, solo promotions with international producers, lyrics about emotional exhaustion, distance, and self-identity, military enlistment with barely a mention of the group. If you connect the dots, a haunting question emerges. What if Jungkook has already made his decision, but just hasn't told us yet? For fans, especially ARMYs who grew up with Jungkook, The idea of him walking away isn't just sad, it's earth-shattering. He was the youngest, the dreamer, the glue that held it all together. If he leaves, really leaves, what happens to the soul of BTS? Can the group continue with 6? Would fans accept it? Would the members even want to? And most terrifying of all, what if Jungkook leaving is just the beginning? Maybe this isn't betrayal. Maybe it's evolution. Maybe Jungkook isn't running from BTS, but toward himself. Maybe the boy who gave the world his youth is now ready to claim his adulthood. And maybe that contract we celebrated wasn't a promise to stay, but permission to finally go. Jungkook has always worn his heart in his voice, but lately, fans have noticed something strange. His solo songs don't sound like the love letters to ARMY they used to be. They sound like confessions. I hate you. Jungkook sings, "I would hate you if I could." To the untrained ear, it sounds like heartbreak. But to longtime fans, it feels deeper, like the painful push and pull of someone caught between loyalty and liberation. Even in Standing Next to You, the title track from his solo album, the phrasing is distant. I'll be standing next to you, not with you, not forever. Could these lyrics be veiled messages? Could they be Jungkook's way of saying goodbye? Without saying goodbye, look closely at how HYB operates. This is a company that never announces bad news loudly. When GFRIND disbanded, fans only found out after the contracts had ended. When Soojin left, IDLE, the silence beforehand was deafening. When NewJeans faced internal management chaos in 2024, HYB said nothing for weeks. This is a company that chooses profit over panic every time. What would happen if Jungkook were planning his exit? Would HYB say anything before 2025? Would they risk shaking their stock price or breaking global headlines too early? The answer, most likely no. They'd keep it quiet, very quiet, until it's too late to protest. In recent interviews, the remaining members of BTS have been cautious. RM said, "We don't know what the future holds. We'll try our best." Jimin quietly added, "The future is not promised, but we still care about each other." No one said BTS will be 7 forever. No one said we'll all come back together in 2025. These are not careless slips, they are calculated silence. The members may already know what Jungkook plans to do, and they are emotionally preparing fans for a different kind of comeback. One that doesn't involve 7 voices, but perhaps only 6. Let's be honest. Jungkook isn't just the magne anymore. He's a global soloist in his own right. His debut solo track, 7, shattered Spotify records. He became the first Korean solo artist to top Billboard's Global 200. His album Golden proved he doesn't need a group to dominate the charts. He's worked with Jack Harlow. He's collaborated with Justin Timberlake. He performed solo at the 2023 Global Citizen Festival in New York in front of tens of thousands. Without BTS, why would someone at the peak of his independence want to re-enter the constraints of a 7-member machine? Maybe he doesn't. On social media, ARMY is divided. Some say, Jungkook will never leave BTS. He said so before, but others quietly admit, it feels different this time. I don't know if he's coming back. From his lack of BTS group appearances, to the carefully branded Jungkook, Spotify and YouTube accounts, to his emotional lyrics and silent contract signing, the puzzle pieces don't lie, and one chilling question remains. What if he's already halfway gone, and the contract was just a business formality? HYB is pushing the idea of a 2025 full group BTS comeback. But what they're not saying is more important than what they are. They've confirmed nothing about the format. NO music plans, NO exact timeline, NO explicit guarantee that all 7 will promote together. Could this be because HYB is still negotiating behind closed doors, or worse, stalling for time? If Jungkook has already told them he wants to go solo, then this whole 2025 promise may be nothing more than a soft landing strategy to avoid shocking ARMY with the truth all at once. Jungkook may never give us the dramatic farewell fans expect. NO teary livestream, NO group HUG, NO final concert with slow-motion flashbacks. If anything, his exit may come as quietly as his contract renewal, a line in a statement, a post from HYB, a whisper from the past. And when it does, it will break hearts. Not because we didn't see it coming, but because we did and we still hoped we were wrong. Even if Jungkook walks away in 2025, he leaves behind a legacy no one can erase. He was the boy who debuted at 15, the one who trained in silence while the world laughed at their company, the one who danced through injuries, cried backstage, and never once let ARMY down. If he chooses to step away, it won't be betrayal. IT will be the most honest act of love for himself.